Hello everybody and welcome back to another video from my Hidden Treasures series. Today we aren't going a specific trail. I don't know if it has a name or if I'm just not aware of it, but I've been told of a cool place to visit, to hike along. It's not going to be very long, but we start at the parking place in the town of Weilburg at the cinema, and I guess I'll just go and take you along with me, show you what I was talking about. The first place that this hike is going to take us to is this bridge, which is taking us over the river of the Lahn onto the other side of the Lahn and into the forest across from Weilburg. And yeah, we will cross that bridge now and I will show you some aerials.
The Ernst-Dienstbach Bridge was built in 1708 as a water pipe carrier bridge, collapsed in 1784 and was rebuilt as a chain bridge, and then in 1934 major reconstruction was done, funded by Ernst-Dienstbach, hence the name.
Directly after crossing the Ernst-Dienstbach Steg, you'll see that the path is dividing. One is really not that obvious to find. That's the one that we want to go, and the other one is paved. That's the one we'll come back, but we want to go left, and as I just found out, it is part of the Lahn-Wanderweg, the Lahn-Hiking Trail. We want to go left into the woods here, and I'll show you.
In total, the Lahn-Hiking Trail is divided up into 19 different parts and spans over almost 300 kilometers. The track we are going today is included in the 13th part, and I will link the rest in the description.
Yeah, this is kind of a not too overgrown but pretty pretty overgrown path, but it leads you directly on the side of the river Lahn, which is pretty nice. You can see all kinds of animals here, like I showed you before. There's a swan, there's geese, there's pretty much anything. If you saw that earlier, there was the mouse sprinting across the image. I don't know if you see it on the screen, but I'll try to highlight it. To be honest, I haven't walked this path on my own yet, so it's all new to me basically. I just got it recommended because it was reopened recently. It was, I wouldn't say under construction, but they had to free up the path quite a bit. So yeah, it just reopened and I thought I'd give it a shot. Okay, as we see, the Lahn-Wanderweg, the Lahn-Hiking Trail, goes up these stairs, but I think this is the way I'm supposed to come back, because I've been told that I have to go along this path longer, and as you may already see, there's another sign over here which doesn't have a name on it, so I don't know what this path is called, but it looks interesting. We'll just go explore further down here, mainly because it looks cooler.
What you just saw from above is the Hauseley-Rock Formation. The Hauseley-Rock is the acidic volcanic rock keratosphere, also called Lahn-Porphyr. In part, this rock is permeated by red iron stone, clays and calcareous material. If you look closely, the rock looks like a mixture of basalt and slate.
We're now reaching the part that has been restored, reworked, however you want to call it. And I think the coolest part for now, until now, I'll have to show you. I'll have to turn the camera. This is a pathway around these big rocks that you saw earlier in the aerial views. And you're just going right underneath it. I hope it's not too shaky, but look at that. This is just gorgeous to look at. Yeah, as I said, these are the parts that had to be redone because it wasn't safe to go on this path anymore. But now it's definitely safe. It's really well done and it just looks great.
I did some more research on why this path was closed, and it seems like there was pretty severe damage that was caused by trees falling down the rocks that couldn't handle the heavy snow in winter, which pretty much destroyed these kind of bridges, and so they had to be rebuilt completely from scratch.
We are now just coming up on the next really cool thing on this path, which isn't really on the path, but you could use it while on the path, or to stop here and go to the path later on. But this is it's not a rowboat. I don't know what to call it. I don't know in German, but much less in English. That's a boat that takes you over the river, but you have to pull yourself. It's on a metal line that you can pull yourself over here.
This boat is called a rolling boat, and you can use it as a ferry to cross the river. The path now continues along the Unterwehr, a weir built around 1420 to divert the river into a mill. Today it is used for producing electricity.
We have reached a wider fielded area now, out of the forest, and I really hope I didn't go too far and make the route much longer.
Editing Joscha here. Yes I did. I did make it longer. But if you look into the map that I have linked in the description, you can see that there are, I think, 2 or 3 paths that I could have taken earlier that would have made the path much shorter. But overall, I'm still happy with how the hike turned out, so stay tuned.
But I guess we'll see about that. But kind of pretty here. Okay, I think we have now reached the point where we have to leave this path again and go back up into the city. We'll see about that. I'm just gonna go right here. This path up here should, in theory, lead me up on top of the cliffs that we saw before. But I guess we'll find out where it actually leads me. It is getting a bit steeper up here, but we should be nearing the Lindenstraße, the Limewood Street, which should take us to a really nice point of view where we can look over the city, over the town of Weilburg pretty nicely. Going up here now, we're getting a pretty decent look on the castle of Weilburg. It's just now disappearing behind the trees again, so I'm gonna show you real quick. And I think I'm gonna take some aerials. Okay, after walking this road for quite a bit and crossing through some farmsteads, we are reaching the main road between Odersbach and Weilburg, where we have to go right in order to get to the Lindenstraße, the Limewood Street, and get to the place where we want to be. You have to cross the main road though, because here's a path to walk on, but it's just a few hundred meters until we have to go right again down the Limewood Street, and then you will see why it is called that.
This is the exact moment I've realized my mistake that I made on earlier. This is actually called the Limewood Alley, and it originally served princely hunting, and nowadays a 250-meter long remaining piece from the former Wehrholzhof to the Hauseley-Rock has been preserved. And on both sides there are about 200-year-old lime trees, and that's where the name comes from.
We're now really close to the so-called Tempelchen. How do I translate that? The small temple. It's the Verniedlichungsform, the cute form of a word in German, of the word temple. And yeah, this is the first overview point of Weilburg. And I'm gonna show you the reveal and some more drone shots.
The temple was built in the 19th century due to the popularity the Hauseley-Rock gained as a popular excursion destination, and because of the panoramic view of the western old town of Weilburg.
So now, after those gorgeous views, we have to go back the Limewood Alley, as we now know it is called, in order to get back to the path, to the trek that I want to go. But yeah, just a reminder, it is not a trek on itself. We are switching between different hiking tracks. Here now we're back on the Lahn-Hiking Trail. Yeah, it's just a route that I got recommended and I'm trying to follow, but I think it's worth it for now. I mean, we're now about 4.5 kilometers in, so it's really not that much. There's probably gonna be 2 or 3 more kilometers to go, but nothing really extraordinary. And now as we get back here onto the crossing, what I think we have to do now is go right, go downhill again, and that will lead you, or lead us, back to the Lahn. We'll see about that.
These walls are remnants of the old retaining wall of the Count's courtyard Wehrholz, which was demolished in 1849. We're turning left here into the third trail of the day, which is called the Geopath. It's another path around Weilburg where you can learn many things about the history of the town, and that will lead us straight to the next viewpoint, the Türmchen.
We've just made our way to the Türmchen, a small tower over Weilburg. Another great viewpoint, and just about 5.5 kilometers in, so still very much feasible.
The exact year of construction of the Türmchen, or better known as Kranenturm, is not known. It was probably around 1785. And stood there until it was almost completely destroyed on the 1st of March in 1990, when a large beach fell over due to a hurricane and crashed into the tower. It was then rebuilt until 1999 through donations and the sale of so-called building blocks on the initiative of the History Association of Weilburg.
After the Türmchen, after the small tower, leads us down a small path that ends up in a dead end, but with a bench and a really, really nice view over Weilburg that I will show you in a second. And now to continue, and not to be confused, there is a path on the right. Well, there's 2 paths, but we have to take the one on the right that is almost hidden. But I'll show you how to find it. You see the tower in the background. You have to cross the grass, which is normally cut a bit better, and not go up the, well, it's not a road, but not go up the path to the left, but you will have to find this path to the right of the construction stuff, which is probably gone soon, but not go up there, but go down here, down these stairs there. That is where we want to continue. Okay, we've just made it back onto the path where I said we had to go left after the bridge in the start. So we're almost back to the car, just a few hundred meters left and just about 6 kilometers done. So really not a big walk, really not a big hike, but with much to see. Okay, let's now just take the time and look back at what we saw while I make my way back to the car. Alright, I've made it back to my car and I decided to film inside the car because outside was too much going on, too many cars, too many cyclers that would just interfere with my audio. I hope this is okay in here. Yeah, we just finished the track. It's nothing too sensational. It's 6.3 kilometers and that is with the going back and forth that I had to do to get the correct filming done, to get the correct shots. So it's about 6 kilometers, I would say, but you really get to see something, and I would really recommend it. It's not too heavy, just 97 altitude meters, so really not too much to push through, and really just a nice little hike for a free day. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the track. Hope you enjoyed the video. If so, a thumbs up would be amazing. And if you want to see more of that, just subscribe to my channel, and there will be more in the future. But for now, I would say we will see each other, or I will see you, you will see me in the next one. Bye bye.